Hey, what's up, everybody? This is BPCN No Quarter. Where this one is called Pillage and Return of the Drinking Word. First, I'd like to wish everybody a happy day one of WrestleMania. So I want to get this one done, get it over with, so I can go watch that shit. So with us tonight, we got Chuck.
Evening, everyone.
We got Ross.
Good evening, all.
We got Simba.
Hello, everyone.
And we got Derpy.
Good afternoon.
So we're brought back to drinking words. So the drinking word tonight is going to be points. Every time you hear somebody say the word points, you need to drink whatever adult beverage you have decided to indulge in this evening.
Sounds
so let's get right into it and start talking about Pillage. Ross, how many points do you got?
I have 410,000. So for me, and that is, I think, for me, that's a high figure in a PvE event. In all honesty, I didn't even do the last Pillage. It's just not my thing. So for me to have this kind of score, I found that I felt that I needed the prizes. So that's what I'm at, 410. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Well, this is kind of weird because you're actually not that far behind me. I'm at 565K. So it's almost like you're almost starting to catch up to me in PvE and I'm surpassing you in PvP. It's like there's some kind of weird, the universe is not aligned correctly anymore.
It's going crazy. So yeah, I'm having an okay time in it, and honestly, I'm not coining it. I'm just doing this. I do a little basic auto. I clear the fleets out of the 129, and then with a little driving technique that you showed me, and then it goes to auto, and that's a nice thing. And then I do auto the 128s. I take a lot of damage on my Praetorians. I'm not ashamed to say that. But what I do is I just kill the fleet off before I go to bed at night, or whatever, and that's working out well for me to complete the sets.
One thing you could do for the 128s is it's not quite the same as auto, but it's almost as easy, is do waypoints and have your flag out in front a little bit, and then set 5 waypoints or whatever, and then that's all you got to do is click on while holding the shift key, click the 5 points on the map, and then you can just let it go and it'll actually do its own thing after that. And that way you're only taking damage on your flag instead of across the whole fleet.
Well, I might just have to learn how to do that afterward the show.
I might just have to teach you how. And I see you guys down there in the bottom chat. We will rotate you in as we can. We got Ben and Shark was disconnected and then came back. So Shark, yeah. So we got Shark. Ben will rotate you in as soon as we'll go to Simba next and ask her how many points she has, and then we'll rotate her out and bring Ben in.
I have 487,235, and I'm currently working on it right now.
There you go. So what are the main things that you're shooting to get? I'm assuming the new scatter guns, at least for sure.
I've already got them all.
All right.
I'm just getting miscellaneous stuff now.
I'm assuming you got the building tokens too?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Any tips or tricks you want to share with anybody?
I've got 2 fleets of both. I'm just rotating them out. I'm getting a lot of my points with prepping. Oop.
Cool.
Is that what everyone's number one priorities go after the scatter guns? Is that, primarily?
Yeah, I would assume so.
I think I just wanted to make it clear, actually, to everyone, even maybe that was going to be watching, that that's primarily what I think is the most important, in my opinion.
Well, actually, honestly, I got my two-day structure build tokens first, and then then I
Really?
got my yeah. I had a mountain building. So
Yeah, I haven't even done any of that.
Hey guys.
Hey Ben, how's it going?
Good.
Right.
I can rotate out too if needed. You need to.
So we just got Simba down there waiting, and she's
Okay.
playing the game anyway, so we'll let her on her.
She's
own.
got to go get a drink.
All right.
Yeah. She's a bad pirate and didn't bring an adult beverage for every time I say points.
Oh,
Why do I have a feeling I'll be drunk before the end of the show then?
No, I'm probably going to be drunk halfway through the show because I'm taking shots. So
Hello, everybody. Sorry I was late.
no, it's okay, Shark.
Hello, Shark.
I'm assuming you do have an adult beverage, correct, Shark?
I do. I have
Okay,
little bit of shine.
There you go. So since we're talking to you at the moment, how many points do you have?
I just logged into the game to check. 539,965.
Nice.
Cool. So after you got your scatter guns and your structure build tokens, what did you spend the rest of them on?
I spent a few points on the build tokens for the flagship MK2.
Drink.
All right. And then just trying to help the alliance stay up towards the top. That's basically all I'm doing now.
Yeah, when I checked earlier, I think we were in third.
Oh shoot!
Oh, actually, we are currently in second. So there you go.
Well, good.
Derpy, how's things going for you, bud?
Well, I'm probably in last place. I just finished a 129 for 5,000 points, so I'm up to 190,000 points.
Well, 2 points in a row. Yeah, we're going to be trashed by halftime.
Yeah, I'm probably in last place. I'm just trying. I got some upgrade kits for the Atomic Punisher. Should be at X1 before the raid starts, and I now have to go get all the scatter guns. And sure, if I have some extra time, I'll get some upgrade tokens for my mountains or the Maquila rockets for the Praetorians, but those are fairly expensive.
Cool. Any tips or tricks or anything you want to share with anybody?
I'm just using my my Praetorians and the 128s with the waypoint thing, hitting one, going back, repairing the back 4 ships, and bringing the flag back out. And same thing for the Pegasus. I'm doing what Ross is doing and killing the ships and autoing everything else.
Cool. Ben, how's your pillage going?
Well, I've been slacking on it because, all my points are from prepping.
There's another points, people. Take a drink.
Yeah.
I'm at 509K.
Oh.
But there's not much I need in this pillage. I want to have a total of 4 more of the helium rockets for my Praetorians. But I'm only going to pick 1 up, maybe 2, because the kicks I gift, the weekly free rocket.
Yeah, the Wednesday gift. I believe that's the Wednesday gift.
Yeah. And then I just wanted some more onslaught engines, really. And the new weapon, the new scatter gun.
Right. Yeah, I was picking up some onslaught weapons myself. Actually, you just gave me a good reminder. That's something we should talk about real quick. For anybody who's been living under a rock this past week, for the rest of this month, actually, every day you log in, you're going to get some 2. I believe it's 2 1 hour structure repair. Ship repair tokens every time that you log on. And on Wednesdays, you're going to get one of the limited rockets. I believe you get a Praetorian upgrade token, and you get a Praetorian one-day build token, if I'm not mistaken. And then on Fridays, you get a limited launcher, a regular Punisher MK2 upgrade kit, or upgrade token, and a regular Punisher MK2 build token for one day. So I mean that's pretty cool of Kicks to do that for this month. You know, that's something they don't have to do.
Points free, right?
Yes, point free.
Damn.
And they can't watch this. They have to listen to this. Just saying. Yeah, see, I can read chat at the same time I'm doing the show. I can multitask.
I like when I don't have to spend points.
Right? Yeah, Shark's trying to pass out within the first 10 minutes of the show, I think, is what he's trying to do.
It's going to make Discord later interesting.
So, Chuck, with your watered down strawberry liqueur, how many points do you have?
Let's see here. We'll look at the leaderboard. 428,000.
Points.
Cool.
And several Praetorian targets to hit. So I got something like 30, 129 stacked. And I never want to see another 129 again. At least until next month.
Yeah, those targets are not very fun to drive, are they?
It's not really
It's
the
not
driving.
very
It's just,
exciting.
I don't know. I don't drive.
annoying.
I literally don't drive the 129s. I stack in the corner, put my flag out a little bit to the side, let everything come to me, kill it, and then finish out the rest of the target.
It's just having to stack the fleet and set that flagship up. That's the annoying part.
Yeah,
As for the Praetorian target, I'm autoing. The damage is acceptable because I'm getting just about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes roughly. So I'll do it until the fleet's dead, and then I'll just let it repair in my dock, and then do something else, like Cry Havoc. No, that's where I need to spend my coins.
I've been spending my repair tokens on that. I'm able to get through one round with a couple 4 hours of repairs, and then repair at the end too.
I'm saving my repair tokens for the raid.
That brings up a good question. How many people are actually coining this event versus doing it for free?
There's no blitzing going on here.
I have not spent a single coin or repair token in Pillage.
Yeah, I have not spent. Oh, wait, that's a lie. I spent 2 coins on Pillage just because when we first started out, I wanted to make sure we got some points in for the Alliance stuff. So I put us up there a little bit.
I can even say I really I probably have some because I have this a condition where I can't handle more than one slot red. It's like it's a personal problem, but so I do coin those things, but for the most part I haven't, you know.
No, just so you know, somebody, you're back on live. So
Yeah, I know, and that tasted like fucking cough syrup. Oh.
Bleep that out, please. Thank you.
Oh, yuck.
But I'm not gonna lie. I spent 2 coin, but it wasn't on Pillage. It was during the campaign.
Right. That's what I kind of mean. I do coin like other things because I don't stop doing other things at the same time. So that means that I do have to coin, you know what I mean, to play the other areas of the game, the PvP areas, while the pillage is going on. You know, it's not, we don't get a double repair slot. So I am unfortunately coining through this period. I that's why I kind of like bounty, you know.
I've actually, believe it or not, I've actually managed to rotate my 3 fleet repairs fairly well. So I'm like, I only have 2 mastery rounds left to do on Cry Havoc, and I'm at 565,000 points in Pillage. So I'm actually doing fairly well with trying to rotate 3 fleets at the same time.
I, for one, am enjoying an event where I can kind of take it easy a little bit because I'm in the middle of doing a lot of refits on guard fleet, basers. So I'm liking not having to spend a lot of money on an event.
Well, you guys know me. I'm a cheap ass. I never spend a lot of money on events anyway. If I'm going to spend money, I tend to do it on PvP now that I've just started to get my foot back in that world again. So, what else we got for Pillage? Anything? Anybody?
I heard that they fixed a lot of stuff in HTML5 and it's working better, but I have yet to test it.
I know that they added the tokens for the hull.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing for me.
No
some
upgrade
upgrade
tokens yet.
Yeah, upgrade tokens would have been nice.
Right.
Maybe not so much. Honestly, maybe not so much for the regular boats because we did have 2 runs of Judgment Day, like back to back, basically. But maybe like a couple tokens for the flag, upgrade tokens for the flag would have been nice to see. But historically, they're pretty damn stingy with upgrade tokens for flags, honestly.
Oh. Okay. I'm over that drink.
So nobody's got anything else for Pillage. This may indeed be a short show, and I can get to watching WrestleMania real quick.
Well, this is the last time we get to use our War Pegasus fleet in Pillage, correct? Next month, Pillage should be the skirmish if they follow their patterns.
I would think so, but I honestly never know what their patterns are anymore. I don't think they know what their patterns are half the time, to be quite honest. I think they like wake up at the beginning of the month and throw darts at a dartboard that has a whole bunch of different ideas on it, and wherever they land, that's what they do.
Well, I thought it was they threw their papers down the stairs whenever one got the furthest, or on the 4th step.
Then it could be both. They could throw the papers down the stairs to get the papers that they then put on the dartboard.
There you go. Okay.
Or throw it out the window and see which one lands in the middle of the road.
And also looking at chat there, tell Stormcatcher that we also said hello and hope he is on his way to a speedy recovery.
Definitely.
Yes, we definitely wish him a speedy recovery.
Yep.
And because nobody said it, points.
Shark, if I was still in the same sector as you, I'd come hit your base.
That's all
Just
right.
for that 2 times space.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, so I guess if we're done talking about Pillage, what else do you guys want to talk about?
We got BP next week.
Well, I like to try to say that towards the end of the show, and I'm hoping we go for longer than 30 minutes at least.
All right. Then
We can talk about the TLCs. How's everybody doing in them? I know I myself am doing Cry Havoc. I'm doing it with currently I only have 4 Warhounds that are completed, but I'm using my Warhounds to do the entire thing. For the first encounter, I take 4 Warhounds, buff that out real quick. Then for the second encounter, I take 1 Warhound, and I do that because I don't want to take all that damage across my entire fleet, so I'll just let 1 Warhound take it all. And then on out for the rest of the others, I do like I'll use my remaining 3 Warhounds, while I'm doing like targets 3 through 6. I'll have my other Warhound on slow repair, and then when I get to 7, I'll toss it back in there and then finish out. And yeah, that's been working well for me at this point. Like I said, I only have 2 mastery rounds left to do.
I've been doing something pretty similar. Apparently my Warhounds aren't built quite as well as yours because I have to spend a couple tokens on repairing them after the 4th encounter, so I have room for the last 3. But I just completed Prize Pack 3, so I have 5 mastery runs to do if I choose to do them, which I may do, may not. The structure build tokens, the 1-day structure build tokens don't seem that appealing. So I've gotten through the campaign. That's what matters to me.
It's interesting that like that's where you would stop, because to me, I don't really even care about anything until I get to the mastery round.
I was going to say, I agree. The mastery round is where it's at for me.
Yeah, I'll probably try and do a couple more over the next few days then.
Yeah, I mean, it's up till what, Wednesday, I guess. So Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those 2 days.
And after Pillage and Forsaken Mission are over, I won't have much else to do, will I?
Yeah, well, does Forsaken Mission ever really end? You know, it's like, oh, I need to get 700,000 armors this week. Yay.
Yeah, I still have to get, I think, 4 or 5 armors this week, and then I also need to pick up another 8 of the assault armors, so I don't get behind.
I haven't even started my FM yet, to be honest. I won't start my FM until Pillage is over.
And everyone's saving their tokens from last week and their chests from this week so we can build our zealot holes.
Nope.
Well, I did, except for one-day token, because there was something else that was kind of important on my list of to do things. So I used one of my 1-day tokens for that. But I figure I'll be okay only being a 1-day token short.
Probably. It'll be fun.
Worst case scenario, I actually have a 1-day token in my daily deals right now for like 35 coins. So
they have been it's been a lot. They've been a lot more generous with giving out some VXP tokens in TLCs and pillages following the raid. So you don't have to get them all your shells done by VXP weekend. If you miss out one shell, you can probably rank that up with some fairly low cost point from pillage following the raid.
Well, it's ironic though, because they have been a little bit more generous with the build tokens. I do agree, but the build times have also been creeping up a little bit too. So,
yeah, I was also talking about VXP tokens.
Am I the only one that would like to see them put in some more tokens for the flagship?
I would, but I understand why they don't.
Like what? There's already 5, right? Build tokens or upgrade tokens?
I think
Upgrades.
he's more talking about upgrade tokens. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't do that. Okay.
But I mean, I get why they don't. You know, I mean, they have to make money. So, and we've had a big conversation about this over the past week, actually, about how many. And I'm going to use a word that might be offensive to some people, but it's just the way I personally feel. There's so many sheep that buy those. Oh, upgrade my fleet from this to this for however many dollars. There's so many sheep that do that they don't feel it's necessary to offer the upgrade tokens.
Okay, I'm gonna bite.
Apparently I killed you with that.
I'll bite. I'm one of those sheep this time because I had other stuff that I thought was more of a priority. So I'm kind of waiting on that deal to upgrade all my ships to, max level.
Why?
I rather build a stronger base and stronger base.
I think his question more is why are you worried about getting your raid fleet to max level? I think is more where
Yeah,
Ross-
that's I don't. Yeah, I'm
knowing Ross the way I do, I think that's what his question is.
You're totally right on that, Damnation. Yeah, I meant because I'm with you, brother. I'm saying that I'm a base guy, PvP guy all the way. I'm not upgrading. I mean, I don't even know if I'd take a LT limited time offer, a really good one, because I just don't care. But I think that our fleet should be able to do it, shouldn't it? I mean, don't you think?
I think so, but again, I know this fleet's going to be around for a while, so if I could get it to max level, I think this fleet's going to be very useful because this fleet does a lot already.
Okay,
that people-
here's what I would say, and I totally agree with what you're saying. But as time progresses, they get more and more generous with upgrade tokens generally. And I know last raid, you and I both only used like 2 or 3 of our ships to do the raid. So I'm like, if I get two, maybe even 3 of my ships to X1, or if I get 2 to X1 and 1 to U3, I feel that I should probably be okay there, and I don't have to necessarily buy the LTO for the upgrade on my ship. I should be able to get definitely. I already have 2 to X1, and I'm pretty sure I can probably squeeze out a 3rd to X1 maybe by the time the raid starts.
See,
I feel pretty comfortable there.
I've been so distracted with working on refitting base guard, base hitting fleet that I kind of forgot about my MK2s. So I have 3 of them at U3 and the other 2 are at U2.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of far behind, but it was my choice. The pick doing something that I enjoy more, which is defending my base and base hitting.
Don't
It
feel
doesn't
bad,
sound like
Shark.
you're very
Mine
far
are still
behind.
equipped with evade. I haven't
was
had a
saying it
chance to
doesn't-
refit the armors on mine.
If you have 2 of them at U2 and 3 at U3, or the other way around, it doesn't sound like you're very far behind. If you're even behind at all.
Yeah, see, normally I'm that guy that has like it already all maxed out because I plan wisely. This time I planned poorly. I got distracted.
Well, real life is kind of distracting at the moment.
Yes.
Well, I think he more got distracted by PvP stuff, though. But I will say the one thing I know you got distracted by was well worth being distracted by.
Thank you. I think so too.
Personally, I have my last couple raid fleets, the riots. I only have 1 of them I upgraded. The Pegasus didn't upgrade any. From what I saw last raid, I'm thinking that upgrades are going to be more required than they are optional. So I've upgraded my ships. I should have most of them up to U3, maybe 2 at X1. But I'm a bit afraid of next raid, thinking that we're going to need upgraded ships.
The upgrades personally that I feel are important are the upgrades that give you the additional survivability. And quite honestly, here's a tip that I would think everybody would know, but I'm going to throw it out there because a lot of people might not. It almost seems to me that you have like 2 different choices. You can either armor or you can upgrade. So that might be a line that some people might want to look at where they start drawing. Like, look at what the upgrade gives you in survivability compared to time, and look at what equipping armor gives you in survivability compared to time. Because you might be able to do one and not do the other. So, just a little something to think about.
That's a very good point. I didn't think of it like that. And because
And
Michael, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You also have to realize that survivability gets diminishing returns as you go on. So 10,000 adding 10,000 survivability is not it's not twice as good as adding 5,000. It's still better. So you're still correct that if one gives you more, you should do that one for the same time. But there's diminishing returns with survivability or survival rather.
Yes, that is very correct. Just like, ironically, that's just like defense used to be back in the day.
Which is why we changed over to this new system.
Because it works exactly the same.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is funny because this is something I hear people talk about. I'm going to divert for a little bit because this is something I hear people talk about all the time that really plucks my nerves. Saying how all this is actually better because it lasts for longevity or whatever. But at the same point in time, you are literally buying the same armor over and over and over and over and over now. Because with the way the equation works, yes, you might get more survivability out of this particular armor, but at the tier of the hull that we're at, it's actually just like buying the last armor for the last hull as far as the amount of survivability you get. So I don't know. It just seems it's very much a treadmill at this point, and we're getting the same shit over and over and over and over and over. And maybe I'm the only one that sees that. Do you guys see that too?
Yeah, there's nothing new. I see. That's what I see. I don't really see no new magic coming. No surprises. Not even any fun tricks. It's just repetitive.
It's a very cyclical, repetitive pattern. We know we complained a decade ago, maybe not quite that long, years ago, that we didn't know what to expect, and now we're complaining that everything's too. We know exactly what's going to happen. We know the next cycle. We know the next pillage. We know that VXP after every single. But we are doing the same things over and over.
I don't know that I ever complained about not knowing what to expect. Honestly,
player base in general.
At times I have, but very seldom. There has been times, in the PvP world, because you get to a stalemate, and there's been times where we just you stall out, and you're like, is there something going to change? And I've wanted, in that effect, wanted to know.
I agree with Shark. Points.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, if you're a true pirate, you really don't need a word to tell you when to drink.
No, I have a feeling I'm going to pass out in about an hour.
All right. I have a feeling you might pass out before that. But anyway. So, what else you guys want to talk about?
I haven't heard any.
Go ahead.
I haven't heard anybody talk about doing the other campaign.
Into the Breach.
Yes.
Let's go to Breachers or so 2 years ago.
But have
Are they
you
that
noticed?
old?
Maybe it's close at this point.
Have you noticed the surge of people adding breachers into their baser fleets hitting?
I don't know that I consider it a surge. I see some here and there.
They definitely do
they're
more
trying things out.
damage. They do more damage than my Warhound seems.
Well, they're great. They're great at
Wait.
counter.
Wait. I want to backtrack real quick to what Derpy just said. Your breachers do more damage than your Warhounds?
Whoa.
Am I doing something wrong?
Yeah, you're doing something seriously fucking wrong, dude.
Yeah.
At least with the TLCs.
How much
and
have you had to
Bounty-
drink already?
I'm not saying anything. The TLCs and Bounty, my breachers are working a lot better than my Warhounds are, at least in terms of dealing damage.
Yeah, you're doing something seriously wrong.
I might have to check my build or something. It's just especially against walls, right? Is everyone else really annoyed by walls when they're driving Warhounds? You have to shoot through them?
I go through walls and turrets like butter, dude.
Yeah, even the double stacked walls aren't really a problem anymore.
Which they theoretically fixed, right?
They haven't.
Is
They-
something wrong with my build?
They've been saying for 3 weeks double stack walls are fixed, but I don't believe
I
that.
accidentally did one today with a composite wall.
Yeah, so yeah, I totally agree that's not fixed. But yeah, I would say you're definitely doing something wrong with your build.
It's not fixed, is it? By the way, I mean, like, 'cause
Totally
No,
No, you can
No.
still do it.
90% of the bases I've been hitting have double stacked walls.
I know, but it's not that they haven't changed them. You still can do it,
Oh
I mean-
yeah,
right? I mean, so
It's just that you're not supposed to.
no, I get that, but so I'm not saying. I'm saying it's actually not fixed. It's
No.
just right,
They keep saying it's fixed, but it keeps not being fixed.
right.
Here, newsflash kicks, just because you say something is so doesn't make it so.
Right. Right.
I'll speak up for Cuddle since he's not here. Between the people that put out videos, Cuddle was wondering why we haven't seen a Beyond the Breach video yet.
Oh,
Just
I
throwing it
don't
out there.
know.
I just honestly don't think there's enough people that care about breachers.
It's a Bat Ray TLC, apparently.
And it's a couple of years old, so
Yeah, I mean, if
Apparently,
it's
I have
Bat
a
Ray-
video of Price Pack 1.
If it's a Bat Ray TLC and we're up to riots now, you don't need a video. Take your riot fleet in, drive however the hell you want. You're gonna do fine.
Cuddle, there's your answer.
Although, yeah, like I said, apparently I did a Google search. I have a video from 3 months ago with Bat Rays and Razor Tails. So, but you don't even need to watch it. Just use your riots. They're against like the really old targets too. That we were using Silverfish against those. I think it's a Silverfish target for the first 3 encounters or something.
since
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
talking,
if it was a Bat Ray TLC and we've now gone from Bat Rays to Silverfish to riots, yeah, it's a gimme. It's a gimme. It's just like I said, I don't think enough people care about it anymore, really.
but since we're requesting videos, let's request a video on how to spend points. Sorry, I had to.
Okay, I took a drink just for you, Shark.
I think Ren put one out last week saying how to spend points.
Oh, I missed it. I'll have to go check it out.
I think it was for the raid or for bounty. What was best to buy? It was on the Forsaken channel.
I mean, like, obviously in this one, everybody knows what's best to buy. You buy the new scatters, you buy the 2-day structure build tokens, and then after that, it's kind of wherever you personally feel that you're best spending at that point. You know, it can be either your Atomic Punisher build tokens, your regular Punisher build tokens. Me, I bought some Onslaught engines. I actually skipped out on the heavy throwers for the Punishers during the raid. So I got a few of them during this thing. I honestly didn't see where they made much of a difference in my time to kill targets. So to me, they weren't worth really much of anything. But I figured, well, points were pretty easy to get during this event, so I went ahead and got some anyway.
My problem is I've been watching a lot of just general comms, and people are buying stuff that, let's say, how do I put it? Is very old and outdated that really has no use in the game right now, but they're still spending points on it.
Give me an example.
They bought one of the old ships, and wait, I gotta bring it up because I think I took a screenshot.
Some of that stuff sometimes, and I'm not saying this is one of those cases necessarily, but some of that stuff sometimes is because people just like to get stuff that they don't have.
I'm sorry,
Collecting
it wasn't.
blueprints.
It was a turret, and they bought the Vulture missile too. And
Well, it's funny you bring that up because at one point in time, we actually had a theory about the Vulture missile 2 and using that new missile special that had come out that gives you, like, what was it, 300% damage on crits or whatever.
It's actually possible to break, deflect. Yeah, it can do damage, but it's strange.
but there's turrets newer turrets that this person didn't have.
But are they available in this event?
Yes.
Like
the cold. Okay, some people are going to call me crazy, but the cold snap rocket too.
Yep, I call you crazy.
Okay, that has a benefit for base people. Some people-
Well, here would be my response to that. What Warhounds and Trenchers, I don't think either one has a ability that the cold snap could negate, if I'm correct, right?
Correct.
And many of the older hulls are actually specifically say cold snap immune. Correct?
Correct. But there's still use for it. It's useful. But also, I asked this player if he had all of his heavy transformers, and he had 5.
Oh yeah, at that point he should definitely be spending points
Okay.
on transformers.
There are heavy transformers here.
Yeah.
The points that he spent on the other turrets, he could have used to get heavy turrets.
That's
The
true.
transformers.
I
Which
would also respond to this because I have no idea what situation this player's in. If he doesn't have the heavy turrets to put on the heavy transformers aren't much good without the turrets that go on.
But it's worth picking them up so the next event you can get the heavy turrets to put them on.
Potentially, yes.
And I think people get misled by some of their alliances that aren't really alliances. It's just a group of people playing together. So I think there's a lot of misinformation out there for people. And I'm sorry I had to get sidetracked, but
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I think one thing we have to realize sometimes too, and I know like you and I and most of the people that are on this chat play at a different, level. We're by no means top tier, except for maybe Ross. Ross is probably the toppest tier out of everybody on here. But we're
And I'm not a top tier, so but I'm saying, yeah.
I mean, most of us are like mid tier to upper mid tier, I would say.
Right.
But there's also a whole lot of people out there who really don't care much about PvP. So some of the advice they get from their alliance is probably more geared towards people who don't care about PvP.
And I'd agree. And some just don't. I just hate to say it like this. Some just don't get it. I think that I wish that more people tuned into shows like this, and I wish that more people tuned into like Discord. Even I know it can be toxic at times, or even the forums. But what I mean is the level of involvement, really, that people they don't. I think we're a step above the average player Joe on the game, and they just don't totally care as much.
Yeah, that's one thing that has always baffled me in like my history of playing any game I play, and I've played a lot of different games over the course of my 47 years on this world. And I don't understand people who play a game but don't actually put any time into what do I do to become better at this game? What is this game about? I don't understand people who don't take advantage of watching videos, going to pages, looking on forums. I don't get that at all. Because anytime I start a new game, within the first probably 2 to 3 days, because the first day or two you're like, oh, this game's stupid easy. You're just click this, doing what the little tutorial tells you to do, and then on day 3 you're like, maybe I should actually start looking at what I'm supposed to be doing as far as advancing my game. And then I go to the forums, and then I start looking for videos and stuff like that. I mean, that's just, to me, second nature to do
Right.
that.
Same for me, but for many, the masses, I just don't think it's the case. It's just, but it would be so helpful to them. I think it would. It's not because they've already spent the years on the game. Just to spend a
Yeah, I
little.
mean, they don't even have to watch my show. I don't like go watch Hefe's show if that more suits your fancy. I don't care what show you watch. Watch some goddamn show to get better at the game. that's
Right.
that's all I'm saying.
Or videos, or just yes.
Yeah, anything.
Or even
Ren
just
does-
open up the forums.
Ren and Derpy both do a ton of good videos. I used
Join-
to do videos, but then everybody else started doing videos too. So I was like, I don't really need to do videos anymore.
Join the Discord channel, and even if you don't have a mic, just sit back and listen. There's a lot of information that gets passed back and forth.
Oh, plus you get to you can see all bug reports. How about that? You can just read through and what people have had said that are bugs or problems that they've had instead of calling people out. That would be my biggest suggestion. Find out, learn about game errors.
I know on Chuck's BP Friends Discords, we do a fair amount of PvE stuff as far as PvE builds that help people. On my Discord and on Shark's Discord, we go a little bit more depth into the math sometimes because there's a lot of people on Chuck's Discords that, like, when we start talking math, they fall asleep. So we try to reserve that for some of the other channels. But yeah, when it comes to PvE stuff, we talk a lot about PvE stuff on there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, when a new PvE hull gets dropped, we immediately get together as a group and try and figure out the best build that would save the community the most money. And
I
usually
know
if you're running with that kind of build, we've saved you a ton of time too.
And I know I myself, I made a firm decision last week that I'm from now on, I'm sticking with what I think was originally the correct build because every time I've let you guys try to talk me into something else, it ended up being wrong.
Okay.
I talked to Cuttlefish about this the other day. I'm like, from now on, I'm never listening to you when it comes to PvE stuff again. Because, like, for example, when the Punishers came out, I wanted to go all like Shockwave build. And then him and Ren actually talked me into doing the multi-shot thing. And then come to find out after looking at targets, guess which was better? Guess. Let me tell you.
Yours.
It wasn't the high evade one either.
Yeah, and it definitely wasn't the high evade one. But yeah, I told Cuddle I'm not never listening to his advice on TV stuff anymore.
He has some good ideas.
Well, even a stop clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Bless his heart, he tries.
Oh my God. Hey,
What I'd like to know is why Kicksite, they put all these wonderful T7 weapons for us to get, but they limited them to during bounty. Here's 4. You have limited 8. And there are the 4 that people don't want to purchase.
Please, for the love of God, don't get me started on this. Because I'm one of those people in that very awkward situation.
Points.
And yeah, points. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that too? Then
I should chug half of my goddamn bottle if we're going to start talking about the fact I can only get 2 goddamn Drax scatterguns every fucking pillage. And they ain't no other goddamn event anywhere.
I'm
Well,
gonna
if I
have
gonna
needed
make me
those
make
right
another
now.
drink.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be happy and positive, so I'm not going to spend any time thinking about that, Chuck.
Points.
Yes.
Okay.
Points.
Wait.
If you abuse it, then you lose it.
My drink is done, so I have to.
But that's I lost it a long time ago, Derpy, so it's okay.
Also, there are Drax Scattergun 2 turrets in Pillage.
I know. That's what we were just talking about there, but there's only 2.
Oh, okay, I see. I thought you meant bounty. I'm the one wrong here.
Yeah, I probably did. For some reason, I get bounty and pillage confused lately. I don't know what that. It's probably quarantined at my house, not allowed to go anywhere, and I'm starting to go.
I thought it was
slowly
because they were
into
so similar events, using the same holes and everything. Oh,
Yeah, that's probably it. I believe actually last week's thing, I actually I actually named the show Pillaging, and oddly enough, nobody on the panel corrected me.
There's a question down in chat. Do you want to speculate on the PvP changes coming up in 3 weeks?
No,
I'll speculate.
don't
It will make a lot of
don't
people
get me
angry.
started on that one either.
All right, go ahead.
Who are you telling to go ahead?
Derpy has the floor.
Oh, I said I'll speculate. It will make a lot of people angry. They'll do things that people won't realize. The people who don't read the forums won't realize. It'll make people angry.
Here's what they would do if they had half a brain. They would have their little group of test servers that they want to have. What the fuck ever, whoever you want to do it, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not even going to argue that point anymore. But you would have then an open test server for probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you would put it live, because what this little group of 10 people or 5 people or however the hell many it is,
Or 2.
think is good for PvP might not necessarily be what the other 10,000, 20,000, however many people play the game want.
Wait. Aren't they all from
I
the
think
same
that's a
group?
really good statement.
Aren't they all from the same alliance? Oops.
Most of them.
They're not. Sorry, go ahead. Somebody started saying something.
I just said I thought several of them or most of them were.
You're getting me in an area I can't talk about at this point, so that's all I can say.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But I would say that I think I'm okay to say that no, not the entire test server is made up from one alliance. I think I'm safe to say that.
But they've changed it out.
No, they didn't change that. Just people only had partial information.
And I think that an open test server is a good idea. Damnation.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, obviously, because
You
I said
agree
it.
with me? Who agreed with you?
Yes, I agree with you
Okay.
agreeing with me.
I gotta disagree.
What do you
I
mean?
think that's a safe
What do you
thing
mean?
to say.
I gotta
Point.
disagree.
That's what I mean. Points. That's what I mean.
Open
I-
by what? What do you open to who? Like
Everyone.
And yeah, remember how they used to do? Okay, here's the test server is going live at this point. We'll put out a password. The first 100 or 200 people that get into it, that's who gets into it.
No, I have to fully disagree with you.
Yeah, I'm not for that, but I'm for something other than this. But I'm not for that. And the only reason I'm not for it is because silly madness goes on instead of the actual correct testing of what needs.
I would say this though, in a PvE test server, I would totally agree with that. In a PvP test server, the only thing you have to do is PvP.
The problem.
There's not options to do other things. It's not like an open PvE test server where I'm not going to hit the targets that you're trying to get me to test. I'm going to go smash bases instead.
The problem was
Shenanigans.
whenever they had those open test servers, and I would be lucky enough to get on there. You couldn't test anything because everybody else was doing the opposite of what they're supposed to do. So,
and that's what I was just talking about. They would be PvP instead of PvE, right? Right?
all of a sudden they'll start snagging your fleet every time you come out of your base. So how are you supposed to go test the base if you can't even get out of your base because they're snagging your fleet every 2 seconds?
That's part of PvP, right?
Right, but that's not part of the test, is it?
It is a PvP test server. All parts of PvP are going to be tested on a PvP test server.
Okay,
I understand what you're saying, but at the same point in time, you have to understand PvP testing involves all parts of PvP.
Yeah, but if they specifically release a baser and you're supposed to go test hitting bases with it, you're not supposed to freaking snipe the people's fleets. Let them go test the fleet like you're supposed to do.
I have to say, on any of the PvP test servers I've been on, I never had to worry about people snagging my food.
Oh my goodness. That it was horrible.
What? But you're talking what though? Like 7 years ago?
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
awful.
I'm talking recent
Well,
Pirates history.
I'm not lucky enough to be on, invited to that stuff.
Well, I mean, they've even had some open ones. Well, not like totally open, but fairly open ones in the recent history. Like when they did the refactor, that one was not like totally open, but pretty lenient as far as openness.
But here's another thing. When people say they would like open, I mean, even the common player says, I see it often in comms even, that they'd like access to the test servers and stuff. Well, I just don't see it. They don't even, if they were on Discord, or you'd have more chance to be, I don't know. I'm still I don't know on the whole test server thing. I think that I'd like a maybe even rotating group. I just don't know. I don't have an answer or position. I'm thinking I'm stuck on that question. So for me,
I mean,
I don't see brand new players to the game getting on a test server. I
No,
see
but I
seasoned players.
Those are
getting
good
on.
points.
here's the way I look at it. I've been doing this for a long time, and here's the way I look at it. PvP changes affect everybody, from the very top end of the game, from the very bottom end of the game. Everybody here would agree with that, correct?
yeah.
People
So I
choose to
think-
participate in PvP.
I think everybody in that spectrum should at least have a little bit of input. They can weigh their input, the input from the different people based on experience, based on levels, based on this, based on that. They can weigh it however they want. But I think everybody from the tippy top guy to the bottom of the barrel, don't know what the hell I'm doing guy should have at least some kind of input that should all be weighed, is the way I view it.
I agree. The small guy has to
And
have, his voice heard too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I'm a little bit more willing to do an open test server, I think, than what you guys are.
It's been a really long time since I was on a test server, but it was awful. My experiences were awful.
Yeah, I know way back a long time ago when they would have open test servers and we're supposed to be testing PvE shit, and people would just go smash faces the entire time because they had a billion coins and could do whatever the hell they wanted to. Yeah, those were terrible. And that's why they more or less totally got rid of those. And I get that. But for when it comes to PvP, it's a little bit different monster, man.
But then again, at this point, it really doesn't matter to me because I'm banned from the forums, so I can't get in the test server anyways if they posted a link.
Well, forums don't have anything to do with whether you can be in a test server or not.
Right. They're not anymore. That's Ray Old Shark.
I think the general consensus is there needs to be something a little bit better than the current system of having between 5 and 10 individuals who no one really knows testing things.
Yes, I definitely agree.
And just because we're all worked up right now, points.
Thank you.
Dude, this is a rabbit hole I need to totally avoid.
Sorry, didn't mean to get us down this rabbit hole, but
No, it's fine. I understand it's a rabbit hole that's on a lot of people's minds. It's just a rabbit hole that me specifically makes me very angry at the way things are being done currently. But
The only thing that I know from saltwater is it is coming soon.
2 to 3 weeks.
I'll see it in a month.
So in 2 to 3 weeks, when it blows up in their faces, we know who to blame. That's all. That's at this point. That's all I can say.
Yeah, buddy. I just don't know how long it would take to get it sorted. So maybe we're doing okay. Really.
Does everybody remember when they said Saltwater said it's okay for people to share what's going on with the PvP for the new system, and he wants people to share what's going on for the PvP in the new system, and I haven't seen shit
Nothing
shared with what's going on.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, dude, I can pull up the post if you'd like.
I don't know the post, but I'm saying
Saltwater's posts are easy to find because he doesn't post that often. Because it was in the QA section. He's like, well, will people be able to share this stuff? And he's like, yes, people. He's like, we actually want people to share what's going on as far as testing for the new system. Not necessarily sharing new ships, but sharing what's going on for the new system.
Right. Sharing how's it going and what's going on. You're going to revamp I don't know. Yeah, armor points and how's it going to work? And seems like a whole lot to do in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything in these rules of engagement updates as far as how they're going to address metal dumping and metal hoarding. I haven't heard anything about that in like a month or so.
I, for one, am looking forward to them turning it into a new game because basically that's what they're going to do. That's the part of the game I enjoy, and they're going to completely change it, and I'm looking forward to learning the new system. Good or bad, I'm looking forward to learning it.
Metals is just basically bragging rights, so anything that they can do to improve it, the better.
Oh, there's a good question in chat. Has anybody thought of doing a video showing the new peeps how to use Discord or forums?
I'm not quite sure you need a video to know how to do to use forums in Discord, but
forums for sure. I mean, forums you go like if you can't read.
I'm not sure how we can help you if you can't read.
No, but to install Discord and then how to first navigate.
Go to Google, type in Discord, and ask your question.
Open it up online. You click the link to join it. Open up in your browser.
I actually had to have help with it myself, so I mean, I can understand some people having questions. So it would. I just asked for assistance myself.
And
I put the link for the BP Discord there, but YouTube won't let me.
And Stormcatcher's, I'm assuming that's Stormcatcher's son on his account at the moment. Not necessarily all the people that you listed there would necessarily be good for test servers. I mean, they would be good for some and not for others. You know, that's the thing between PvE and PvP. Some people would be good for one, some people would be good for others, some people would be good for both. You know?
You're saying I don't hit bases enough?
Some people hit bases, some people build bases, some people build fleets.
No, I mean, here's me. I have no business being on a PvE test server. In all honesty, I can straight up say that I'm a long time pretty good player, but I don't have any business being on a PvE test server. I got to tell you, I'm not on those. So don't worry and don't stress, because so there's players out there that I don't belong on anything like that. You know.
Hey, but we've gone over at this point, so I think we're safe to go over the CM diary and the BP next week at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, real quick, we'll go over BP next week. I mean, that's an easy one. I'm not going to screen share. I mean, everybody knows how to go to the forums. I would assume if you can find your way to YouTube, you can find your way to the Battle Pirates forums. And if you want to read it in detail, that's fine. But I'm just going to talk about what's there.
Yeah, it's posted on all three of our sites.
It's on the page, yeah.
Yeah. Monday, they're going to do the update notes, and they're going to also talk about the two campaigns that are coming out, Unleash the Hounds and Strike from Down Under. If I recall, Unleash the Hounds is for Howlers, and I think Strike from Down Under is something for the Lurkers, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
You're correct.
It's almost like I've played this game before. Tuesday, they'll do the raid briefing and the strategy guide, which that still makes me laugh every time that the strategy guide comes out the same time as the raid briefing. The strategy guide should come out as soon as we get the new hull. And, well, wait, that is the one we get the new hull. Never mind. They actually did it right this time. Unless they're talking about the strategy guide for the current targets instead of the strategy
It's the strategy guide for the raid that starts the day after, not the next cycle.
God damn it. I thought they actually did something right for once. My bad. But anyway, yeah.
Are you new?
I try to remain everly optimistic, dude, because if I didn't try to remain everly optimistic, I would have quit this game probably 5 years ago. But anyway, yeah, Tuesday is a raid briefing for Retribution is the name of the new game. Or raid, rather. Yeah, new game, listen to me. And that's where we're going to be able to get the Z-Lot and the new Defender hull, the Gatekeeper, which I don't know. From what I've heard about the Gatekeeper, it sounds like a total freaking dud, but we'll see. And then on the 8th is when the actual raid comes out, and they're going to do the PvE hull calendar, which apparently a lot of people look forward to, but I kind of know what's going on already, so just by memorization of the patterns. But anyway. Marcium Diary, what do we got? A bunch of fixes. Well, they made it seem like they did a bunch of fixes to HTML5, but as I pointed out to Cuttlefish the other day, if you look at the list of all these fixes they said they did, there's only actually 2 that said new. So then they talk about the upcoming raid with the new hulls and the new weapons and the new specials. I think the new special is called the Twin Fang Feeder, which I'm assuming adds probably reload and multi-shot, I would guess, maybe. There's the full focus choke, which I would think maybe has accuracy and
some spread reduction or increase.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And then they have the new T9 Defender weapon, which is going to be the Deadbolt Scattergun. So what this translates to you people means you're going to have to get a shit ton of fucking points. Points, hey, how about that? In this upcoming raid. But they are going to have a co-op target in the upcoming raid. So for those of you who aren't up to snuff and ready to go, hopefully that will be helpful to you.
I want to know.
This is where they talk about the PvP changes are scheduled to launch in 2 to 3 weeks. And didn't I at some point back say, for some reason, April 24th stuck in my brain?
Yep.
And doesn't this work out to be maybe close to April 24th?
Right before April Bounty.
Sometimes I know what I'm talking about for some God unknown reason. And this wasn't anything I think was leaked. I just think it was something that I just heard somewhere. So are the April Fool's targets still out? The dirt piles, the 55 dirt.
I saw them
piles?
earlier today.
Yes.
Okay, so if you don't know about those, the 55 targets that you see, what do they call the rock and roll targets, I believe, that are around SSRBs. If you go hit 6 of those, kill them, you'll get a Irish Spring looking skin for your Punisher MK2s. That's what I call it, anyway, an Irish Spring looking thing.
And because Cuddle's not here, he would tell you to use your Mega Hull to hit him, but don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just don't do that.
And don't throw Cuddle under the bus because you fucking did it to Ice too.
And me.
I didn't do it. No.
And don't be surprised when
I
you
didn't do it. I didn't do it to you, Chuck. Damnation did it to you.
If
and
anybody
don't be
tells
surprised
you
when you hit the target that there's no water.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't do it to anybody. I warned everybody not to do it.
It looks like a war commander target.
That's because Battle Pirates is merging into War Commander.
There's just a river that goes through, but if you take your Mega in, you're only going to be able to kill like a tank or two, and then you're going to be stuck in battle because you can't reach any of the rest of them. You can't go down the channel. So don't take your Mega in there. But these are actually really simple targets you go through. They have some tanks in them. From War Commander, you kill the tanks, and as soon as you kill the last tank, you end the target. You get a shard for your skin. You hit 6 of them to get a new skin for your boats, and there you go.
It's kick size April Fool's target.
Yeah,
but they're actually giving us something decent.
And
So
as always,
you're a Packers fan.
As always, Gilly. In this time of stress and woe, Gilly is telling us all to be safe. So, thank goodness for that.
And if anyone hasn't noticed, the 25% repairs disappeared.
Boo.
Well, I mean, they were very clear that was only last until the end of last month. So, I'm not sure why people are surprised.
But now you've got the daily login.
Dynamite, to answer your question, you hit it with your Punishers. The current Punishers, not the old Punishers. I mean, you can hit it with the old Punishers if you want to, but you're not going to get very fucking far.
But now if you log in daily, you get the bonus token stuff. So,
yeah. I think I hit everything that was important in CM Diary. Did I not?
Yeah. I think you did well. Even with me distracting you.
So, am I missing anything? Anybody in chat? This is your chance to speak up. Did you want us to talk about anything that we haven't talked about yet? You're seriously cutting into my WrestleMania time that I'm already an hour behind on. But I will take
minutes behind on.
Oh, shut up. I'm trying not to think of that extra little bit. But anybody else if there's anything you want us to talk about that we haven't talked about already, I will cut into my pay-per-view time to address your questions. And had you been here since the beginning of the show, you would have heard us already discuss stacked walls. So it's not my fault that you showed up an hour and 10 minutes late.
You hit Dynamite. Dynamite. MK2 Punishers. Your new Punishers.
Dynamite MK2 Punishers. Your Mega. Not your Mega. No matter how many people tell you to hit it with your Mega, do not listen to them. Hit it with your Punishers.
And you can use even just one. One will do it.
The Defender Hall that's coming out in the raid next week. Sink or swim?
I can't say because I haven't seen all the stats, but I heal buildings thing. What the fuck, dude?
I don't want to heal buildings. I want to heal my ships, but not take life away from my ship.
And you heal my building that goes down in 2 seconds. Well, congratulations to you.
Yeah, I just
want to kill the trenchers.
You take it back up to full health in 1 second. You are absolutely no good to me.
And the transfer rate can't be that.
Yeah, I know. It can't be.
Yes, Stormcatcher, it's probably limited.
Stormcatcher, I'm assuming it will be limited. I would guess probably we'll be able to get 2 during the raid. Because limited for everything seems to be the way to go now.
Yeah.
Here's my
First it
problem
was
with it.
upgrades, now it's limited.
Here's my problem with it, though. Notoriously, scatterguns have a pretty short range. Still, we're going to have problems with the trencher outranging it by far.
Well, here's what I see, though. I see, depending on what the stats on the new boat look like, I see it perhaps replacing howlers and base guards and maybe living a little longer.
Higher armor value.
That would be nice.
But would it really, instead of doing that? I mean, I want something to actually do something and kind of be fun. And I don't know about regenerating health to a building is my idea of fun. I could have come up with better on my worst day.
Yeah, if it would heal matrix other guards, I would be much more into it as opposed to heal matrixing buildings.
Yes.
It's going to heal your.
Healing my Gorgons would be a better idea.
It's going to heal the radio tower over and over and over.
Exactly.
Well, I would say, that's funny because when you think about it, with the new rules of engagement coming up, and if I put my radio tower on my center island to be my last building that they have to kill before they get all their points or whatever, healing my radio tower over and over and over might not be a necessarily bad idea if it has a high enough transfer rate.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The transfer rates are always slow, but
well, yeah, it would involve my radio tower having to have like a 10 million hit point health in the first place,
right?
Being fully fortified, and then having that thing transfer like, I don't know, 5 to 8 million hit points a second or something. So yeah, it just the healing buildings thing seems like totally bad to me. It's almost like most of the people testing are base hitters and not base defenders. Just my philosophy.
It's going to be interesting.
So I guess in closing, all I'm going to say is after you do your private testing, please, for the love of God, open it up to a little bit of public testing or at least semi-public testing for a week or two to see if you have to go clear back to scratch, because not the majority of people agree with what 2 egomaniacs and 5 super uber players think is good PvP. That's my closing statement for the day.
Yeah.
Ross, what's your closing statement for the day, brother?
My closing statement truly is everybody stay safe out there and stay home. Stay home.
Yeah, for the love of God, please social distance.
Yeah.
It's funny because the coronavirus is almost like battle pirates. Sometimes we are our worst enemies.
Actually, I do have some stuff to say about that.
Can I finish what I'm saying? I'm saying real quick. By not doing social distancing and doing what you're supposed to do, you are hurting the rest of the United States much more than if you just listen for once in your life. And it's just like battle pirates, it's like, don't be your own worst enemy and spend a lot of money on shit and then be like, why is shit so expensive? It's like, stop being your own worst enemy in all aspects of life. Okay, go ahead, Simba.
All right. I currently work in a grocery store, and I'm dealing with a lot with this social distancing and people not listening to it. People are gathering close together, getting other people sick, and we're actually getting employees who are testing positive because of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a scary thing, and they're actually having people at my work take time off to monitor if they're okay or not. You never know who you're going to affect by getting too close. And if you go somewhere, wear a mask. If you got a cough, cough in your arm. Because you never know. It doesn't show signs right away. It's very scary. And people are dying anywhere from, the youngest I've heard is 6 weeks and older. Lives are precious. You don't need to lose anybody because you don't want to stay the distance.
It's not a joke. It is very serious. Millennials, you are not totally impervious to this. I know you think, oh, this is just funny. If I get fined $5,000 for being out, oh, whatever. It's not a joke, dude. You can, by going out and socializing with other people, you can later potentially kill other people. Just 2 months out of your life that's going to last probably 80 years. 2 months is jack shit. Chuck, what do you got?
Points.
Yeah, okay. So I started out with a full fifth of Jim Beam at the beginning of this evening. I am now halfway through this shit. So that I hope that is the last points I hear this evening. Shark.
I just want to say, everybody, just keep positive. Try and look after your family as much as you can, you know, and stay home. I know it's hard, difficult. You get bored, but just stay home and keep a positive attitude.
And last but not least, Derpy.
What everyone else has said, stay safe, stay healthy, don't be an idiot, don't leave your house, and click repair.
There you go.
On the bright side, most of the people we're talking to play Battle Pirates, so the odds that they're leaving their house aren't that great to begin with.
That's true.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You know I'm just playing.
True.
Thank you very much, panel, for a good show. No random changing of topics, no talking over of other people. It was very good. I liked it. And for our audience, thank you very much. As always, we appreciate your input, and we try to address anything that you come up with that we think is relevant to what we're talking about. For you guys who show up late because of daylight savings or because you overslept or because you were more worried about dinner, sorry if we didn't get to your questions. That's your fault, not ours. All right, later, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a good night, everyone.
We'll be talking about the raid and how horrible or good it will be going. Later.
Good night.
Oh, yeah. Well, one
Good
last
night.
thing. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up party.
Good night, everyone.